Welcome back everybody to Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, the original Ghost Recon, but today there's something different about it. That's right, we're using the Heroes Unleashed, which is a mod for Ghost Recon 1 that makes everything so much more punishing and realistic. And of course, with that means there's a whole bunch of weapons. That's right, over 1200 weapons and variants for 4 soldier classes. That's incredible. It's incredible the amount of things that modders can do, but you need to have both the Desert Siege and Island Thunder expansion packs installed, activated in the right order, and then install the Heroes Unleashed. I'll link it in the description for you. So today, with the Heroes Unleashed mod activated, let's try to go Desert Siege. Sandbox, realism, doomed. Realism is a pretty fair middle of the road option. So we're just gonna go with, there you go.
This is the Horn of Africa, gentlemen. I hope you like it, because we're going to be here a while. This is our situation. We're going in as part of a multinational force operating at the request of the Eritrean government. It seems that one of the ways our friends back in Russia bankrolled their coup was selling surplus weapons. Cheap. A faction of the Ethiopian military led by a certain Colonel Tesfaye Wolde was one of their best customers. Once they got their arms, Wolde and his supporters made their move, overthrowing the legitimate government and then making a push for the Red Sea coast. Right now, they own everything on the water south of Massawa, and they're rolling up the Eritrean army as they head north. We're here to do something about that. In order to leave some kind of infrastructure intact, the Eritrean government has also requested that we try to preserve as much of the local architecture as possible. That means that your unit is going to be getting a lot of work. Your first mission is to secure a radio transmitter on the beach north of Massawa. The beach is guarded lightly, but the approach up the bluffs that the station's sitting on is another story. Clear the beach first, then work your way up to the heights and take that transmitter. Once that's in hand, clear out the machine gun nests guarding the beach approaches. If you can, clear the area of all hostiles. The troops following you will appreciate it.
Alright, so obviously we need to establish the geopolitical situation here. I got some bad news for the MCU fandom. You guys Wakanda forever too hard. And now Wakanda has decided to redraw the map and make a coastline for itself. And is trying to annex its neighbor, Eritrea, into, the kingdom of Wakanda so we can have access to the Red Sea. And it appears that our friends our old friend, the ultranationalists in Russia, that you recall back in the previous playthrough of this game, they were bankrolling these new militarist faction, overthrowing the government, and basically decided it's time to Wakanda forever. Wakanda too hard. So, as usual, the ghosts are sent in to defuse the situation before it goes even worse. Alright, first on the line, Bobby Hills. Now Bobby got big shoes to fill here. His dad, Hank, sacrificed himself back in the last playthrough. Hank fought bravely to protect the freedom and independence, sovereignty of Georgia. No, not the state of Georgia in the US, the country named Georgia on the Caucasus next to Russia. He took a bullet that was shot through. He took a bullet from a Russian soldier, shot through a bush, and he perished in a sudden, next to his best friend and conspiracy theorist, Dale Gribble. Today, and Bobby, he's been raised by Dale and Boomhauer ever since, told stories of how brave Hank was, defeating 2 Russian tanks with a single 84. How did he do that? They kind of mix up the details here and there, but hey, could be worse. One second. Let me look up the name for Mr. Boomhauer. Alright. Boomhauer, returning veteran. Boomhauer basically raised Bobby with all the stories about how brave Hank was, and now he felt a little responsible. He felt that maybe if he had been a little bit more cautious and maybe more attentive to with guarding the flanks, maybe, just maybe, Hank would have returned home safe and sound, and nobody would mind. So today, he'll be accompanying Bobby, maybe a way to atone for what he done. Alright, Dale Gribble. Dale here basically was a hero. He was the MVP when Hank went down suddenly from that enemy shot. He didn't have time to mourn Hank, but already he saw Russian troops coming in behind him, and he quickly snapped into action. With a bolt action at M24 SAS, with a bolt action M24 sniper rifle in hand, he basically nailed an entire Russian platoon all by himself. But even then, he's been living in guilt that he didn't protect Hank. You could still hear Luann's crying. You could hear the sound of Cotton Hills cursing him out. So today, he'll be accompanying Bobby. Just like Boomhauer, he's here to make atonement. He's here to make atonement. And maybe, someday, retirement. My best friend, Noah Gunter. A returning veteran from the last playthrough, and he's still alive and kicking pretty damn hard. Nothing can keep a good Texan down. Now he needs someone to go along, help him. Let's see. No easy option around here. Alright, the Malaysian military has decided to send one of their servicemen from their special forces, from the Royal Malaysian Army Special Forces unit to assist us during this highly dangerous times at the Horn of Africa. So please welcome Corporal Nazif Ahmad. Alright, looks like we're all set. We got Bobby Hills, Boomhauer, Noah, Mike Roundtree. Funny name he got there. Maybe I should change his name. Now let's see, who should I name him after? Ah, yes, of course. Bill Dauterive, also known as Sergeant William Fontaine de la Tour Dauterive. Long name, I know, but live with it. Now, Bill here, he's basically one of Hank's best friends. When he heard about Hank being killed in Georgia, he immediately re-enlisted despite his previous services where some shenanigans with the experiments with the seal human hybrid that caused him to lose hair. But he decided, you know what? Hank gave his life for freedom and democracy and all, and I'm gonna do it for him. And at this point, looks at the whole cast of King of the Hills, decided to give Bobby Hills a little helping hand. I'm sure the kid will be just fine. I'm sure his mom will be very proud to know that Bobby will make it all the way through the entire operation.
We've caught them napping.
Alright, Bobby, you're up. Now Bobby is going to take care of the enemy encampment over there. Should be easy.
In visual range.
Darn. Clear. Alright. Looks like Bobby got good kills there.
Moving out. We're rolling.
Alright, Noah and Bobby are going to head up this way to clear out the radio tower. Dale and Nazif will be going this way to clear out the machine guns and the main tent camp here. Should be easy. Alright, we're coming up on the slope with the machine guns, so need to slow down. Zoom in, up. I see the sandbags.
In position.
Dale is always handy with the M24. Too bad though, the engine of the old Ghost Recon couldn't render the thermal and night vision effects. Would have been nice. We got hostile contact.
Goodbye.
One bullet, two bad guys. Dale's always a legend. After all, he held off that one Russian platoon with a single M24 and of course, 2 clips of ammunition. Careful. That one turret is active. We're gonna need to lean. Should I divert Noah and Bill over to help? Maybe so. Amy tent camp is a rather large location.
On our way.
We'll set Dale and Nazif to recon and see if they can spot anything. As for Bobby and Jeffrey, you two move up slowly now. Ah, there's a bad guy healed here.
Taking a look around. Moving out. In position. Affirmative. In place and ready. Orders received. Peace history.
Got a little too trigger happy there, Nazif. So far, nothing. Alright, camp is secure. This is a good thing because now we can head up to that ridge line there and provide sniper support to Bobby. Bobby and Boomhauer here, they're gonna have the hardest job because they need to breach the radio tower and then clear out everybody inside. Noah and Bill here, they're going to have to breach and clear the buildings below.
In place and ready. We've arrived.
Oh, looks like Bobby took out some bad guys. Nice job, Bobby. Alright, looks like Bobby and Boomhauer got a good sight line there. Let's move them up a bit.
We're here.
Since we got a good number of grenades here, might as well just use them.
Following your lead.
Oh, my spidey senses are tingling.
Kill confirmed.
Now, who shot that? Might as well just shot it just in case. Flush everyone out. Here it goes. I wonder if Boomhauer got a line of sights on. Of course not. It's blocked by the tree. Clear. Yep. All objective met. Nice. 96%. Objectives, health, stealth. Nice. All clear. Mission accomplished. 17 minutes was all it took. Excellent job all around. Look at him. Everybody is A-OK. Bobby Hales got his first successful op. 11 kills, 39 shots. Boomhauer, welcome back to business. 2 kills, 11 shots. Not much, but hey, he got Bobby through. Noah Gunter, sharp as ever. 10 kills. Bill, 1 kill, but hey, he's okay. Gribble, 7 kills. Getting softer, Dale. Nazif, first time on the block, 5 kills. First time ever since the Malaysian military deployed any troops abroad. Ever since the Malaysian battalion in Somalia. Well, that's it for today, folks. I hope you like what you saw. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to donate to my PayPal. I'll see you next time, folks.